Hello everybody, this is Unicorn Ultra, and we're going to be reviewing Sir, You Are Being Hunted, a brand new indie game that's I think has been out for, is it?
4 days.
4 days. 4 days now, and it's in early alpha. At the moment it's available on the Steam store for £15, and I know it's available somewhere else. I think it might be some humble thing. I'll put a link in the description if there really is, but I've seen other people talking about it on the forums and it seems cheaper. In the USA, I believe it is $20 on Steam.
Yeah, 20.
I'm pretty sure about that. And yeah, so it's set in a sort of quite a barren sort of kind of wasteland, but not really. It's got it just looks that way due to like the color scaling. It's in some sort of, you see Victorian villages around, and yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice setting actually. It's something not a lot of games have actually done in terms of well, basically, if you live in England, this is what it used to look like, and if you don't live in England, well, this is what it used to look like as well. But the point is that people in England will recognise it. But yeah, if you're interested in how England looks, then this is pretty much it. I mean, it's a bit more interesting than that.
Has a very
I swear.
Victorian feel.
Yeah, it's set in Victoria. I absolutely love the atmosphere of this game. That's one thing I definitely want to talk about. Like, the enemy robots that just kind of wear tweed and smoke their pipes and wear top hats and stuff. It's just brilliant. I've never seen a game like portray Britishness as well as this. And the fact you can just find tea and biscuits, which is just a kind of stereotype that is actually true. We all drink tea in Britain, we do. We love tea. But also coffee now. Coffee is making a big rise. But yeah, we do love our tea. Although we don't sit there in conservatories with china teacups. That's wrong. The bit that's right is that we do drink tea. Yeah, so I really can recommend this game. Another really important point for me is that you may buy it and then think, oh, it's a little bit disappointing. But it's in its 4th day of alpha at the moment. It's basically the shell of what it's going to be. It's got the basic mechanics and stuff in there, but it's going to be a completely different game by the time they finished it, in terms of they're going to have completely patched it up and changed it around. It will be so much better. So I think you should remember, the point I'm trying to say is that it has a lot of potential, which is easily worth the price.
It's very similar to Minecraft. I'm sure the majority of people remember when Minecraft was in beta for a good 5 years or something ridiculous. And that's the way it's going to develop. It's going to update in the same sort of way. But despite, I do truly believe that I'm glad that I don't regret spending £15 on this game, but that can be a drawback. You'll probably see from the gameplay while we are reviewing this what it's kind of like, but it does show signs of being a budget game, which obviously it is. But I mean, that's absolutely fine. But it can control, not clunkily, but not smoothly as a lot of modern games that you'll be used to and familiar with. They also, the way you loot villages is you just press E or whatever on the door, and that will show you the looting screen. You just drag stuff from your inventory to other thing. But there aren't very many interiors of buildings, which a lot of people have been requesting. That is actually explained on their website as being due to the fact that they are on budget. So they're going to do that with time. Once I imagine they'll do that with time once they actually start making a lot of money on it. And it has been pretty successful so far. There's a good community that's growing, especially on the Steam forums. And yeah, it's going to be good, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, you might kind of be wondering about... I mean, one of the things that hits me when I play it is that there's not a massive amount of variety at the moment. But if you've been watching kind of reviews and stuff, the likelihood is you'll only have seen the first island, which is the rural setting. You can actually change the other islands in the archipelago. I think I said that right. Into because there's 5. Centre Island, North Island, West Island, East Island, and the other one, which is whatever I didn't say, I got confused there. Yeah, and there's mountain biome, which I think a lot of people generally accept as the hardest one to do, because you can't see the fragments and enemies and stuff. and the fens biome. I'm not sure. I don't think a lot of people who don't live in them know what the fens is, but it's basically a floodplain environment, which is really flat and good for getting seen, but also for seeing people. This game has a lot of kind of unique mechanics, which is why I like it. It's not just a variant of another more successful game. It's got its own kind of style. I really like the way the stealth mechanic is done. In a lot of games with stealth, it's based around, okay, you've got to be stealthy and then you kill them. In this game, it's more kind of you stealthy and you run away from them and escape, because they're crack shots. They're really good shots. So you'll most likely die, and also you can't take a particularly large amount of damage. So yeah, fighting is very hard, especially if you don't have a gun, which they do, which is slightly irritating. But yeah, I do love the way the stealth mechanic is done. You can hide in the fields and stuff, and if you ever played hide and seek with your friends down the field or whatever, it's got that kind of thrill to it. That just kind of, hopefully they won't see me thing as they walk past where you're hiding. That's something that no other game I've ever played has done successfully, and I think this game will do that.
There are currently a total of, I think, 4 different enemies. Yeah, there's 4 different enemies. There's the most common ones that you'll see are just the kind of skinny, tweed-wearing robots that have double-barreled shotguns. And if you can overpower one with the commonly found wood hatchet, you'll have yourself a shotgun, unless it breaks, in which case you won't. So gutted for that. But the other enemies, there's this fat guy, I think he's called Sir Bullion. He takes quite a few shots, and he has a revolver, and you are guaranteed to get the revolver drop off him. There are dogs that attack you, and there's also these sentry balloons that are very silent and creep up on you, and then they spot you, and then everyone comes and hunts you down. The objective of the game is to actually obtain, I think, 25 fragments, but it's really 24 fragments because you start with one, and return to these stones. I don't know what happens yet because I haven't bothered completing it yet. But yeah, I'm really excited for this game. A lot of the announcements sound really cool, such as co-op and multiplayer in the future.
Yeah, so I think one of the things I really like the sound of that's coming out is they're introducing 2 new biomes, Castle and Industrial, and a range of new enemies coming out, which sound really great. So if you're worried about how long it's going to be before the next update, it won't be too long, because I think they're planning to implement those things soon. The multiplayer is going to kind of take the form of a Hunger Games type situation, I think. So if you like that, then personally, which I would love, then you'll be happy. Also, I mean, I can't recommend this game enough. It's just fantastic. And if you do want to know more about it than what we put in this review, we are actually doing a full Let's Play of it on our channel. We've currently got parts 1 and 2 up, and part 3 is made and should be going up soon. So that's our review of Sir, You Are Being Hunted. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.